And as I mentioned, chapter 6, maybe it's too long. Normally, I will put the Chinese right here, okay? And I will make a English version, okay, by myself. And this is a slideshow template, so actually you don't have to worry about the background and the drawing, okay? So let's talk about the lecture today. So be sure you have to where it's already recorded, like 40 seconds, okay? And you can minimize it. Okay, chapter 6 is talk about the smart ID and the AI, okay? And in Chinese, this is called the 伸手要钱, okay? Because everybody got a cell phones, right? So normally they will call it smartphones. It become more popular. So there was a jingle that said, "Reach out your hand and ask for money." So actually, 4 words in Chinese. First one is pronounced like a 伸, okay? 伸 means reach, okay? Reach. So actually, it's an ID card, okay? Because the smartphones can be used for identity recognition. And smartphones can also be used as carriers for various types of identity recognition, such as membership cards and point cards. How many of you went to the Costco in Taiwan? How many of you have a membership card for a Costco? Maybe from your parents, right? Or from your business. So right now you can use your smartphone as your ID, right? So as the pass the entry, okay? And the second word is called a "so." So means the hand, okay? That represented a mobile phone, okay? So the smartphone can be used to make a calls. That's a basic function, okay? But also this is the most important function of the smartphone. So sometimes we call mobile phone, smartphone, cell phone, we totally call it a 手机, 手机, 手 means hand, 机 means machine, okay? And the third word is called 要. 要 is want. It's the key, okay? Key. So the smartphones can be used as access cards for entry and exit control. Okay, for example, my mother-in-laws, they changed their, the entry because they want to save the human, the human expense. So they call us self-security guard. So they just replace use the smartphone. Even my mother-in-law is kind of like 80 years old. She had to learn to use the smartphone to control the entry and exit control. Okay. The last word is called money. Money is 钱. Okay. So the money is a wallet. Refers to the mobile payment. So you can use your smartphone to scan the QR codes or integrate an easy card and NFC to pay the different consumption and expenses. Okay. And let's move on the section 1 of the chapter 6. It's called image recognition. And actually, during the machine learning, we talk about such as the 特征 means the feature, okay? And for image recognition, I have 2 stages. And don't worry about it, I have English right here, okay? So in this photo right here, you can see a mouse, penguin, and an airplane right here. And with our human eye, it is very easy to distinguish them. But the machine is different. Machine recognition requires recognize, okay? So for machine learning, we learn the classification. They includes the two stage. First called the features abstraction, okay? The other one called the classification, okay? That's the process right here. And for example, you have the photo, okay? And features abstraction, and they will abstract the features, and they will choose the classifier, okay? And to recognize the mouse, penguin, and the airplane, okay? So the two stages. Stage one is the features abstraction stage, okay? The second stage is about the classification recognition, okay? And for the machine image recognition, the concept actually is like a factor, okay? And you can see the formula right here. And the R means the red, okay? G means the green, and blue means the blue. Actually, this is a machine. In their eyes, okay, every picture is a large color block. It looks like this kind, okay? Actually, it's a factor, okay? Three-dimensional, at least the three-dimensional, and which can be broken down into the pixels, okay, at the minima. And usually represented by the color space, as I mentioned about, basic color is the RGB, okay? And it's a formula of functions X, Y, Z, okay? So that's the machine eyes, different with the human eyes. And for example, the feet of the penguin, the machine looks like, you know, the maximize, it looks like this kind. So they were like a RGB of 150, actually it's a pixel, okay? And this is a machine eyes to represent the picture, okay? And to a machine, a picture is just a collection of pixels, okay? For example, they will use the wings and no wings, and actually the airplane is missing. Actually, the airplane should be right here. So if you got the wings, they will have an airplane and penguin. No wings is a mouse, okay? And the second stage, they will choose the no eyes and eyes. So the airplanes have no eyes, and the penguins has eyes, okay? Remember, machine, just a collection of pixels. And this is more complicated, as we mentioned about some layer, okay? And the 简基磁化层 call it convolutional layer, okay? And as you can see the explanation right here, and the image can be represented as a RGB factor, okay? 3D in a machine. And the abstraction on image feature is performed on this RGB factor. Okay, if you're taking an image recognition of convolutional neural networks, remember the convolutional is neural networks, just like a human brain, they got the neural network. So actually the AI, the most important part is the brain, right? The brain have a neural networks, like a neuron, they can learn by the machine itself, okay? So I think the topic, you have to go back to check out the last chapter 5 mentioned about different layers, okay? And actually they draw the picture right here. It's the schematic diagram of image recognition neural network, okay? So just the brain function, okay? And the first convolutional layer is right here, okay? First one is right here. Okay, they will have a figure 1 right here. So this is a figure 2, 3, 4, okay? And different convolutional layer, let's call the second one, third one, fourth one. And this one right here, last time we mentioned about is a fully connected layer, okay? So they have two fully connected layer, and they will have in the long run, they will have the classification probability, and they will classify as the penguin, okay? And the more layers, I mean, the AI can, can learn a lot. So if you give more layers, the AI will learn quickly, okay? And remember, it's like a computer operation. They have an input and output, and in the middle called a processor, okay? So when a machine does image recognition, it can learn to extract the features by itself. So without us having to say what the features are, okay? So the machine can learn by itself. So they call it AI, okay? So I give an example. It's just like a child, they grow up, they learn a lot of things. Actually, AI is just like a child, okay? So remember, the more layers of a deep learning neural network, the finer the feature map, segmentation, and the more parameters. Okay? The more parameters, the higher the flexibility of learning and adjustment. This is very crucial sentence right here. Okay? The more parameters, the higher the flexibility of learning and adjustment, and the stronger the neural classification effect. So that means if you give more layers, more stronger neural network structure, they can distinguish such as the airplane, penguin, and the mouse, okay? They will distinguish faster, okay? But remember, if during the process, they will cost a lot, but the effect is very good, okay? There are some apps right here, application. For example, the image to text conversion, okay, is a very typical image recognition. But normally, the application of image recognition is used on the search, okay, like a Google search. So sometimes we call the Google big God, right? So you can search a lot of things in the Google, okay? And your cell phone have a function called a camera, right? Your Google camera, actually you can buy the 5 pictures by image, this function, to find the help you to search for the photos of penguin. For example, the penguin. And this function is called the 5 pictures by image. And you can buy your Google picture, okay? And there's a website called Online OCR, okay? That's an example for the image text conversion recognition, okay? And the website is right here. And you can try it, okay? Normally they have 1 step, 2 step, and 3 step. First step is upload the file, and the second step is select the language and output format. Okay, this is a Word file. Maybe they have a different kind of formats, okay? And you can make a convert on the last step, okay? Called the 3 step, okay? They have explanation right here, okay? I encourage you to try it, okay? And actually, OCR is about the optical, right? So a lot of companies in Taiwan, they have like optical. Normally the stock price is very high. Okay, for example, 大力光、玉金光, sometimes the stock price is like 1,000. Okay, the stock price, and this is a Google, right? The camera right here. So actually, you can take a camera and to find the image right here, okay? They will show a lot of different kind of penguins right here. Some is cute, right? And some is real, looks like real, okay? And because it's small, I think this is 马达加斯加, right? They have a penguins like I think this is the hair, right? Did you see? What's that called? 马达加斯加 penguin. They have a, you know, they have a, I'm not good drawer. They have a hair on the head, right? Looks like this kind. Okay? And for section 2, it's about the natural language, okay? And remember, the language does not refer to program language, but a human language. And the complexity of language is due to many functions, such as human emotion, thought exchange, and knowledge transfer. And for natural language processing is constructed from the overall process, as we can see in your textbook, okay, figure 6.9. I put right here, okay, this is the whole process right here. And normally they have, you know, the motion picture. But anyway, let's see. They have two kind of, you know, one is the voice and one is the image. The OCR, the website we mentioned about basically is deal with the image, okay? And they will create the text, okay, text. Actually, voice, especially for the communication college, they're dealing with a lot of, you know, voice and broadcasting, right? They will have voice recognition. Actually, they will create the text too, okay? And they will separate as 3 parts, like a participle, okay? Label and recognition. They will accumulate as the syntactic analysis, sometimes called a parsing, okay? Parsing. And they will create it like a information extraction, statement analysis, and text classification, and integrate as the semantic analysis. And so the natural language input can be divided by 3 types: voice, image, and text. And syntactic analysis, also called it parsing, okay, will take us 3 actions to complete it. The first one is to break down the sentence into the meaningful words and called a participle or sentence segmentation, okay? And second one is to label each meaningful word with the word category, okay? Last action is to identify meaningful proper nouns, which is called recognition. And this is one example right here. You have sentence, you can separate the noun phrase and the verb phrase. And actually, we see the result right here, right? It's very simple. For example, the determinant is the li, okay? The noun is called a gallbladder, okay? And for verb phrases right here is auxiliary verb, is the verb called yes, right? And adverb phrase, for example, adverb is called surgically, okay? And adjective is called absent, okay? So this is one example right here. And this is from the ResearchGate, okay? Source is from ResearchGate. And remember, this picture is very important, okay? So the information extraction is right here. So after syntactic analysis for parsing, they have information extraction, statement analysis, and text classification. So they have explanation right here. And first one is called info extraction, okay? And for these segmented words, useful information can be extracted, such as listing keywords based on the word frequency, okay? And statement analysis is to establish the dependency relationship between the words. It's kind of like a stats, but normally the stats deal with the analytical variables, but for this kind of statement analysis deal with the qualitative variable, okay? Sometimes they will call it qualitative and quantitative. Quantitative is like analytical, and qualitative is like qualitative data, okay? And the dependency relationship can be represented by a dependency tree, okay? And for machine learning, I think we mentioned about the decision tree. Basically, it's about the analytic data, okay? But right here, called a dependency tree, is dealing with the text. And for example, you can see the natural language example is about a sentence. They will find a sentence segment to the dependence tree. So this is a dependence tree right here, okay? And actually, I mentioned about the English structures different with the Chinese structure. For example, in Chinese, they say the 深度学习是人工智慧的一种, but in the English, the deep learning is but in Chinese structure, AI or kind is a grammatical error, right? So the correct English structure is the deep learning is kind of AI, okay? So that's the differences between the Chinese structure right here and English structure, okay? So just be aware of the differences between these two kind of languages here. But for the dependence tree, okay, so you can draw like this one, like a deep learning is, but it's in Chinese structure, 是一种的人工智慧. But if you want to draw the English version, you can draw like a deep learning is right here, kind of AI, or kind of AI. So it's called a dependence tree, okay? Let's move on to semantic analysis. Semantic analysis uses a different machine learning and deep learning to mire the deep learning of text data. So actually it's called data mining, right? But it's text mining. So one of AI research, they call it text mining, okay? And basically, they were mining the text data, okay? And for example, we can explore various aspects of word of mouth of products in online reviews, okay? Sometimes they will give like a positive comment, right? And negative comment. And then continue to strengthen this positive WOM, okay, word of mouth, and while trying to improve the negative WOM, okay, abbreviated as WOM, okay. And you can match the words of text with the words of the sentiment dictionary, and they will create the weight, okay. The weight will produce the final output, and you can distinguish as a positive, negative, or other emotions, okay? And you can determine the user's emotion when posting on the internet. Sometimes if you want to do some restaurant, maybe they'll put like a 4.5 out of 5 scale, and you can tell that's a good restaurant, okay? And classification also needs to combine the knowledge from the different fields. And the emotional analysis is by no means limited to positive and the negative. And when you do the analysis, additional establishment and definitions need to be made, okay, to meet the needs at that time. And don't worry about it, we have, you know, the figure right here, okay? So first you have to input the contents and by the participle, okay? And they have words right here. But in the meantime, you have to pre-build the dictionaries for part of speech categories and word-by-word judgment, okay? And they will create the words category, okay? So if 积极面 called a positive, okay? You have to pair out the writing before and after. And I have 2 ways right here. First one, you have to adjust the weight according to the words before and after. If a negative for the writing before and after, the weight is -1, okay? The weight is -1. But on the negative side, they will also, like a positive side, they will do the pair of writing before and after. And also they will adjust it's the same process right here. Adjust the weight according to the word before and after. Actually, the Chinese right here. And the weight, okay? If a positive, the weight will -1, but for the negative side, the weight will minus or add, okay? So they will have an output weight right here. And the output will pair the emotion, okay? And the whole process, remember, is called an emotional semantic analysis process. Okay? Because the chapter 6, I think it's more complicated, so we will separate as part 1 and part 2, okay? So next time we will talk about part 2. And actually, on the FB, they have a lot of, you know, restaurant. They have a grade, right? You normally you will check out the score first, and you will decide to go to that restaurant or not. Okay, so a lot of application about the natural language, you know, process. Okay, so remember today we talk about section 1 is about image recognition, and section 2 is about natural language. Okay, natural language basically is deal with the text data. Okay, that's it. Let me give a computer back to you. Okay. So today we will at least have 1 hour, right? So you can work on your final project, okay? If you need help, you can ask me, okay? Let's take a break, okay? Oh, remember when you do the Camtasia